Hi Professor, it's me Julianne. When I first met you was in Freshman Bridge. You were fascinated with my work. I could see in your smile and eyes. And when I first met you, you're such a joyful professor. You're always like caring for everyone. You always treat them as your own child. It's pretty sweet. I love that. And
although I didn't finish the course, I did learn a lot in his Asian Studies 2-3 course, the history of the Philippines one.
Yeah.
Although I was not a student, I did sit in many of the classes and I found it very interesting to learn about the Philippines history and the places in the Philippines.
Hey Professor, it's your boy Libby. You were my Mr. Feeney. You were the guy who kept me going to school. You were the guy who got me into some weird stuff, like Kasama and Sulung. But I have to thank you for that. I met a lot of great people because of you. I've rediscovered myself because of you. You've been there for me, like my ups and downs. You've even been there for my grandma's viewing. And thank you again for that.
Hi Professor, I just wanted to take the time to say thank you for everything that you've done for me through the classes, the mentoring, talking, through the letters of rec. I have one more for you, by the way. You have to take really good care of yourself. I want to see you keep teaching, inspiring students. We love you. You are like the father of all of 203, 204, 205. Love you, Professor. See you soon.
He does like to joke a lot, and he gets very animated as he teaches.
Hi Professor, I remember the first time I met you, I took all 3 of your classes in 1 semester, and I don't regret it, even though I sat in the same chair for the entire day, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But I just want to say there are no words to express how grateful I am to have crossed paths with you and to still have you in my journey of life. On behalf of Kasama, Sulong, and also the Asian study classes, on behalf of Kasama and Sulong Aral and also your Asian studies classes, we would like to thank you for being the dreamer that you are, for always being loving as you are, for always believing in us. Sending I love yous and missing yous, and see you sooner than soon.
Hi Professor, how are you? I miss you. I miss how I always see you go inside the office and you would smile at everybody and how we just talk stories. I thank you for everything that you've done for us, and me having to be a part of your program and having to be a part of the leadership program we did at Liongson, and I was fortunate to help you with it. I hope to see you soon, Professor. Bye.
A revolutionary. He was a protester.
Hi, Professor Liongson. It's Diane. I just wanted to wish you a speedy recovery. It's been a while since I've seen you, and I really hope to see you real soon. I just wanted to say that you really have impacted and influenced my first year of college. Thank you for always checking up on me, and I just wanted to do the same in return. See you soon.
I remember having Dr. Liongson for Asian 203, I believe, at LCC. He was this wonderful ball of energy, and it wasn't until 2 years later where I found the significance of his teaching. I knew I liked him. I liked how he would carry and hold a space and facilitate his content. But it was 2 years later where I went back to the Martin Luther King parade, and that is when I realized how important it is to have someone of his character, of his intentions in education.
Professor, the one thing I do like and I always enjoyed in your classes your vibrant energy and your excitement for teaching and your ability to simplify things that I've never ever learned about before in my life. In our classes particularly, the issues of the Philippines is not the issues that I've dealt with or even known of, so I appreciate everything that you taught me in that regard. I wish I could have finished your class out and got to experience more of the things that you did. I hope after all this is said and done, you still enjoy teaching and you'll go back to it, and I think you can impact the lives of many of the youths.
Hi, Professor Liongson. I just wanted to say thank you so much for opening up your classroom to us and making it our home at LCC. I really appreciate you and all your encouragement to keep on letting me strive for my goals and pushing me to never give up my dreams.
Hi, Professor Liongson. Thank you for being my teacher. You've taught me in more ways than just one. You didn't just teach me, you shared your passion with me. I thank you for that. You made me realize what it means to really teach. Every word you said, it all meant something, and I'm gonna use that and take that with me throughout my time here at Manoa. I thank you, and I'm glad you were my teacher.
I like the way you teach. It's a different style of teaching, but I mean it works for me. I like your passion. I like how you inspire young people, especially in the Philippine community. I admire that. I respect how you hold a relationship with your students, and I thought that was really nice to see. I just want to say my thanks. Just want to say thank you for teaching me, for inspiring a lot of people, and I'll continue on.
Hi, Professor. I hope that you're doing okay. I hope you're taking it easy because you work too hard. But just know that we really appreciate everything you've done and that we really care about you. Although we haven't had time to really talk much in person, just know that I'm willing and wanting to work with you in the future. Hopefully we can do some projects together, and hopefully you get well enough so I can take your class. I've always wanted to work with a lot of good stuff. So please get better, Professor. Don't work too hard, and we'll see you soon.
One of my favorite memories with Dr. Liongson would have to be during my first semester at UH Westawal. I was having a hard time with everything, and I just felt like I had to do everything on my own. And then I had the support system, but at the same time, I didn't want to share what I was going through. And Dr. Liongson was there for me. Like, he didn't make me feel any guilt, or he didn't make me feel ashamed of my mistakes, because that's how we learn. We make mistakes and we'll, not do it again. He was there for me, like a father would be there for his daughter. And I will never forget that, and to this day, I carry that memory with me everywhere.
First of all, I want to say I really, really miss you. Thank you for a lot. Pretty much changed how I am as a student. Before I met you, I was just like most who come to a community college, come here for the class, go home right away, because I didn't know anybody here to relate to. I didn't have a group to relate to. I didn't have someone like you to relate to come to spend time after class. And I am really thankful that I have crossed paths with you and be able to relate to you somehow with all your experiences that you shared to us, with all the knowledges that you've given us. Like, I really relate to it. That is why I stayed. That's why I kept on coming back. It's because of you. I have you, and I will always be thankful for that. You being my mentor. You showed me how to learn outside of the regular four corners of the classroom. And I thank you for that. I thank you for introducing me to that idea.
8 months ago, when I first walked into this room because of Dr. Jeffrey Aceto, and I wouldn't have known 8 months ago how much of a difference you've made in my life. You know, growing up, coming from Waianae and Maipaho on the Leeward Coast, I never thought that we could be or do anything with our lives. I never thought that we had a voice in our community and that we could do something different and we could make change in our life. And part of that mentality changed when I was involved here with Sulong. When we went to the Philippine consulate for the Torre de Manila to protect the sacred ground of Dr. Rizal, and that moment was when I realized that this is where I needed to belong. This is where I could find a voice for myself, for the Leeward community, and for the youth of Filipino ancestry. And ever since then, I fell in love and I came back, and I am just so honored and blessed to be where I am today. And I really want to thank you for allowing me to have that avenue and that vehicle to be able to express and have that voice, not only for myself, but for the Leeward community and for Filipino youth.
Hi, Madam Raymond. This is Ashley. I wanted to share my first my favorite memory with you. Our first conversation was actually at the Filipino Coalition for Solidarity meeting, where we were seeking guidance in our meetings and the visionings, and it was really clear to me that you are someone who really fights for equality, justice, and liberty for our community, for those of Philippine ancestry here in Hawaii. And it's clear that you will not rest as long as you're breathing, from the ways that you're running to meetings and with your creativity, spirit, and love that radiates through you. And you really light a fire within those that you work with your students, your colleagues, and especially I've witnessed that you bring out the inner revolutionaries in young people.
I'm Manang Raymond. This is Jeffrey. Before I ever met you, I only heard stories about you through Mano Akawili, and he would say all these things, all these great revolutionary things about somebody who grew up in the Marcos era, the dictatorship, in martial law, and fighting. I wanted to say what an honor and what a privilege to share space with you, to share the same work with you, to be in the same school with you, and to talk with you every day about that kind of struggle. Leeward is lucky to have you. Hawaii is lucky to have you, and us as Sulong family is lucky to have you. And you founded this, and you started this, and you did everything you can to keep this place moving and jiving and thriving and speaking back to power. And so I wanted to take this moment and this chance to say thank you for all that you do, for who you are, for believing always in our young people, and specifically our young Filipino people here in Waipahu, and I know in Evo Beach and Waianae, and I know you've always had that soft spot for the west side of Hawaii, and when everybody else is turning their backs on the west side, you were always here sort of fighting for us, fighting for people, fighting for Leeward, fighting for your program, and I know that Sulong may be ending, but there will be other moments in which this thing resurrects again, and it's only a matter of time. So again, thank you for who you are, thank you for believing, thank you for fighting, and thank you for always keeping our hopes alive.